2016 Women's Africa Cup of Nations and the final match pitting Cameroon against Nigeria. At this moment in time, the President of the Republic of Cameroon is announced to arrive here in something like 30 seconds. The President of the Republic, who is going to share in the total and complete communion of this football fiesta jamboree here at the Yaoundé Amadou Ejo Stadium. It was 14 days of an effervescent football with tantalizing movements and in fact a beautiful play style from the indomitable Lions of Cameroon. And here comes the President of the Republic of Cameroon, the #1 sportsman in this country, certainly accompanied by First Lady Biya, to share in this very important ceremony, to share in Cameroon's organizational prowess in the history of the African Women's Cup competition. Never has a competition been organized this way. From the Czech years by my side, he has been covering all the sports organizations around the world. He confirms it that never has an organization been so successful. President Biya, who is making his way here, the motorcade slowly but surely moving to a halt, where the President of the Republic of Cameroon will be welcomed by the Minister of Sports, Bidun Kwat, who certainly takes a lot of credit here as far as the organization of this ceremony is concerned. The President will also be welcomed certainly by officials of the African Confederation of Football, and then he will receive bouquets of flowers from two little kids, Venusa Mefegu and Frank William Njongolo, who will welcome them here on the behalf of the sporting public. And so today is the day Adele, at the inner bowl of the Amadou Ejo Stadium. The spectacle for sure is going to be total and complete.
Tout à fait, George. La limousine présidentielle qui s'immobilise ici au stade Omnisport Amadou Ejo. On voit descendre de la limousine le chef de l'État salué par un stade Omnisport en liesse. Plus de 40 000 spectateurs debout. La première dame, Madame Biya, aux côtés de son illustre époux et les bouquets de fleurs.
Et Madame Biya, la grande famille du football africain, vous souhaite une chaleureuse bienvenue au stade Omnisport de Yaoundé à l'occasion de la cérémonie de clôture de la 10e édition de la Coupe d'Afrique des Nations de football féminin Cameroun 2016.
That is Venusa Mefegu and Frank William Njongolo, both of them primary school pupils at the Coxinet Primary School of the Unity Palace. They are in class 5, and then I want to indicate that the First Lady of the Republic is in the colors of the lions and the lionesses.
Tout à fait. La première dame, Madame Biya, habillée aux couleurs des lions indomptables et des lionnes indomptables du Cameroun. Et ce sont les honneurs militaires pour le chef de l'État. Les troupes sous le commandement du major général Gabriel Mbida, major général à l'état-major de l'armée de l'air.
national anthem of Cameroon, ushering in the President of the Republic, who now inspects the troops mounted here for the day under the command of Colonel Gabriel Biya. After which, the President of the Republic will have to enter the presidential limousine, take his place at the presidential lodge for the official opening of the finals of the 2016 Africa Women's Cup competition, which finals is going to be graced by a very beautiful spectacle, which we invite you to stay glued to the Cameroon Radio Television so that you'll be able to enjoy the beauty of a certain organizational prowess orchestrated here by the President of the Republic in person.
Le président de la République qui passe en revue la garde présidentielle, la gendarmerie nationale, l'armée de terre, l'armée de l'air, la marine nationale, le corps national des sapeurs-pompiers et la police, avant de monter dans la limousine qui va le conduire à la loge présidentielle, où il va suivre la grande cérémonie de clôture de cette 10e édition de la Coupe d'Afrique des Nations de football féminin.
President Paul Biya, who is about to, whose presidential limousine is about to take off, just make a U-turn there and climb up to the presidential tribune of the Amadou Ahijo Stadium for the beginning of this beautiful spectacle. We did mention at the beginning, Adele also insisted on that today's finals is placed under the theme Cameroon Celebrates. Before now, we had an exceptional display of artistic and musical talent in Cameroon, with musicians from all over the country showcasing their talent here. We had Lily, the mascot, who moved the crowd here. We've also had highlights of the sporting glories in Cameroon, Africa and the world. As soon as the President of the Republic takes his position there at the grandstand, the spectacle for the closing ceremony will begin in earnest. And Adele, I bet it's going to be a wonderful moment of communion here between Cameroon, Africa and the world at large in matters of sports and female football in particular.
Tout à fait, George. Le Cameroun debout, en marche vers son émergence, qui donne ici à la face du monde entier la preuve de l'excellence de ses capacités organisationnelles. Le chef de l'État qui personnellement a impulsé ces cannes qui vont se jouer ici au Cameroun. D'abord celle-ci, la canne féminine qui s'achève donc en apothéose ce samedi 3 décembre 2016. Le chef de l'État personnellement ici au stade Omnisport Amadou Ahijo pour présider cet événement, et on vous l'a dit, l'événement s'annonce grandiose, d'abord par la grande fête qui va être déployée ici sur ce stade dans quelques instants maintenant, sous la supervision du ministère des Sports et de l'Éducation physique. Les grandes lignes de ce spectacle de clôture de la 10e édition de la CAN féminine annoncent simplement un thème enthousiasmant. Le Cameroun est en fête et on va célébrer également la fraternité africaine. On va célébrer la CAF, la Confédération africaine de football. On va célébrer le chef de l'État et on va ouvrir enfin sur les perspectives sportives des années à venir. Vous le savez, le Cameroun ne quitte pas des yeux le monde du sport jusqu'à certainement 2019, George. Et le chef de l'État qui s'installe maintenant à la loge présidentielle aux côtés de toutes les hautes personnalités déjà installées dans ce stade Omnisport Amadou Ahijo avec son épouse, Madame Chantal Biya.
Accompanied by First Lady Chantal Biya, the show begins in earnest. We'll have, first of all, a show in 4 major scenes, and scene 1 will be a celebration of African fraternity. Scene 2 will be a celebration of the participating countries, that is the 8 countries that participated at the Africa Cup of Nations here. There will be homage to the Confederation of African Football, a expression of gratitude to the President of the Republic for hosting the 2016 Africa Women Cup of Nations and the 2019 African Cup of Nations, and then we'll have the kickoff just after that. All of this will be a beautiful expression of Cameroon's organizational spirit, orchestrated here by the authorities that day. We now leave you to enjoy the different movements here, but first of all, the military has to quit the scene for the spectacle to begin.
Certainement qui étend ses félicitations au président Issa Hayatou, le président de la Confédération africaine de football qui revenait juste cette semaine, avant-hier, des Émirats arabes unis, auréolé d'un nouveau titre, Grand Diamant d'Asie. C'est là la plus haute distinction sportive décernée là-bas à ce Camerounais illustre dans le monde du football. Chapeau bas à Monsieur le Président de la CAF.
We doff our hats to the President of the Confederation of African Football, who has received another red feather on his hat here. We are expecting a very beautiful show here. You remember, Adele, that the President of the Republic had given specific instructions as far as the 2016 Africa Women Cup of Nations is concerned. I remember this day, on the 15th of October last year, when President Paul Biya instructed Prime Minister Philemon Yang on how to go about the organization of this very beautiful competition. I remember Minister Bidunpat exposing for about 1 hour how he's going to make this dream come true. We've seen what has happened. We've seen how Cameroon has been, in fact, a vast construction site all over the year. Many doubted whether we were going to really have the infrastructure to be able to organize such a grand competition. Today, if anyone still had doubts that Cameroon was capable of organizing a competition, if anyone still wondered whether the indomitable lionesses of Cameroon could make our entire country proud, if anyone still questioned the organizational spirit of Cameroon and the government of President Paul Biya, there we've had the answer over the past 14 days, and today will be the culmination of what Cameroon can offer to the entire world as far as organization is concerned. Over 40,000 spectators here at the Amadou Ejo Stadium, and more than this number outside. We're coming in at there with crowd. Never has a football brought this number of people together, especially female football. I think that this is an example. I wait to see what is going to happen in 2019 when the men will come on stage. I'm sure the country, this stadium will not be able to contain the crowd, the multitude of Cameroonians, the sea of human heads that we find near the Amadou Ejo Stadium. I think it was time to complete the other stadium in the country and make them more than 40,000, why not 100,000 sitting stadia in the country, to be able to contain this effervescence, this hysteria of the Cameroonian sports public.
Tout à fait, George Warner, ça aura été palpitant. 15 jours immenses, énormes au Cameroun, le Cameroun tout entier, de Limbé à Yaoundé et dans toutes les autres régions du Cameroun, le Cameroun tout entier, disais-je, debout pour soutenir les lionnes indomptables du Cameroun. Et vous le savez, 2016 avait été consacrée année du football féminin par la la Fédération camerounaise de football, la FECAFOOT. On a eu en cette année la participation de la sélection nationale des moins de 17 ans au mondial de la catégorie à Jordanie 2016 et l'organisation à présent en apothéose qui s'achève pour la première fois sur notre sol de la Coupe d'Afrique de football féminin. Et cela, c'était la grande fête. Rien ne sera plus comme avant au Cameroun, certainement, en ce qui concerne ce football féminin, George. On est monté de plusieurs crans dans la considération, dirais-je, que nous donnions dans la nation tout entière à cette catégorie de notre sport. Et ces jalons posés en cette Cannes 2016 seront certainement éternels et iront de gloire en gloire en ce qui concerne les lionnes indomptables du Cameroun, pour lesquelles on souhaite cet après-midi, à la fin de cette journée, une très belle victoire, en considérant leur engagement dans cette compétition, en considérant leurs efforts, en considérant leur immense patriotisme, toutes les qualités qu'elles ont déployées dans cette compétition, George.
I remember President Paul Biya, in his vision and his insights, had said it, Adele, several years back, that in Cameroon there was no major sports and there was no minor sports. Who would have imagined then that the girls, women of Cameroon would bring an entire nation rallying around them? That who would have believed that the Abudi Ongenes, the other players, I don't really remember their names now, they will be helping me soon. Who would have believed, who would have imagined, yes, who would have imagined that they would make an entire country move towards one direction, have a similar mission and a similar vision. I think today we're having this answer that makes President Paul Biya a man of a kind of insight who had seen these things come long before we even imagined that female football will have a place in our continent. Now that the military is slowly but gradually quitting the scene, it will be room for the spectacle of the ceremony. That's the closing ceremony here today. We told you that this will be in 4 major scenes. The first of the scenes, you have a celebration of African fraternity. The second scene will be a celebration of the participating countries, the 8 participating countries, and then you have homage to the Confederation of African Football, the expression of gratitude to the President of the Republic of Cameroon for the wonderful organization of the 2016 Africa Women Cup of Nations, a success that remains unprecedented in the annals of the Confederation of African Football.
Les troupes qui achèvent leur retrait ici au stade Omnisport Amadou Ahidjo, et il faut le souligner, quelle que soit l'issue même de ce match cet après-midi, George Iwane, il faut certainement déjà dire qu'il y a un nom également qu'il faudra inscrire au panthéon de ce football, c'est celui de Karl Enongachu. Il peut être considéré, on l'a dit, comme le père même de la renaissance de ce football féminin qu'on célèbre aujourd'hui. Il n'a ménagé ni son temps, ni sa volonté, ni ses efforts. C'est avec Karl Enongachu que les Lions auront écrit les plus belles pages de leur histoire. On les retrouve médaillés d'or des Jeux africains en 2011. La première participation aux Jeux Olympiques de 2012 à Londres, vice-championne d'Afrique en 2014. Elles se sont cognées à ce fameux Ghana qui sera aujourd'hui en 3e position sur le podium. Elles ont décroché par la même occasion la qualification pour cette fameuse Coupe du monde de football de 2015 au Canada, où à partir de là déjà on peut dire que rien n'a plus été comme avant, et aujourd'hui encore on est monté d'un cran ou de plusieurs crans dans l'excellence de ce jeu.
You've reached the summit, Adele. The women of Cameroon have reached the summit. in this football. Never have I seen a beautiful combination of play style at the Ahmadu Stadium. The girls have showed that to us. Some of them can even play with the